Welcome back to Dinar Community, where informed insights blend with bold speculation, and sometimes, the truth proves stranger than fiction. Today, we're diving into a game-changing question. Are we standing at the edge of the most significant financial revolution of the 21st century? A wave of startling information is rattling the currency world, and at the core of it are alleged internal rate leaks tied to none other than Bank of America. If these figures are even partially accurate, we're talking about an Iraqi Dinar exchange rate of $7.90 and a Vietnamese Dong rate of $4.52, numbers that could instantly shift the financial future of millions across the globe. These figures, if confirmed, represent not just a revaluation but a global monetary shift of epic proportions. Could this be the dawn of a new financial reality? Stick with us as we break down what's being said, why it matters, and what it could mean for you. The rumors that are reigniting investor hope. A fresh wave of anticipation is sweeping through currency communities, investor networks, and alternative finance platforms. The source: a renewed focus on the theory that both the Iraqi Dinar (IQD) and Vietnamese Dong (VND) have been significantly undervalued for years, a belief that has now gained unexpected momentum. What's changed? Alleged leaks indicate Bank of America may have internally acknowledged the potential for massive rate adjustments for these currencies. For long-term currency holders, this could be the turning point they've been waiting for. Why now? What's fueling this shift? This shift isn't just market rumor. It's backed by tangible economic progress. Iraq has been undergoing a slow yet steady transformation. Years of conflict have given way to a new era of development, driven largely by the country's robust oil exports, among the most substantial in the world. These revenues are being used to rebuild infrastructure, bolster foreign reserves, and enact critical monetary reforms through the Central Bank of Iraq (CBI). In particular, Iraq's movement away from relying solely on the US dollar for trade, choosing instead to engage in other currencies like the Chinese yuan and euro, is part of a broader strategy to regain monetary independence. This upward momentum suggests that the dinar's appreciation isn't just a fantasy, it's becoming increasingly realistic. Vietnam's economic surge. A case for currency correction. Meanwhile, Vietnam has rapidly evolved into an economic juggernaut in Southeast Asia. Once considered a lower-income nation, it now serves as a key manufacturing and tech hub, attracting billions in investments from firms like Apple, Samsung, and Intel. Despite this, the Vietnamese Dong remains drastically undervalued. A rumored rate of $4.52, if authentic, could correct years of suppressed valuation and finally reflect Vietnam's true economic standing. Such a shift would not only benefit Vietnamese citizens and investors, but it would also force global markets to reassess currency valuation norms. Are we witnessing a global currency reset? The idea of a global currency revaluation has long been dismissed as a fringe theory. But now, with mentions of institutions like Bank of America possibly involved, mainstream analysts are starting to take notice. These leaked rates may not be isolated figures, they could be part of a coordinated international effort to realign currency values based on actual economic strength rather than outdated benchmarks. If so, we're witnessing the early stages of a new financial paradigm, one that could dramatically reshape global commerce, investment flows, and even political influence. The role of the U.S. Treasury, behind-the-scenes power. What really has investors on edge as talk of U.S. Treasury involvement in this potential realignment? Though no official confirmation has surfaced, whispers in financial circles suggest that the Treasury is closely evaluating the impact of a major revaluation event. Should this be true, then what we're seeing isn't mere speculation, it's a strategic move being quietly orchestrated at the highest levels of international finance. The U.S. Treasury, through its ties to the IMF, World Bank, and central banks around the globe, could lend legitimacy to this movement and set the stage for a global financial reset unlike anything seen in modern history. De-dollarization, a global trend reshaping currency markets. At the same time, the world is shifting away from the US dollar's dominance. Iraq and Vietnam are just two of many countries now conducting trade in alternative currencies. This de-dollarization trend is gaining momentum, with governments aiming to regain control over their economic futures. Revaluing their national currencies makes strategic sense within this broader movement, providing a clearer, more autonomous economic path forward. What you should be doing right now. For those holding IQD or VND, this is a critical moment. Rather than being driven by emotion, now is the time to act with intention. Stay informed through trustworthy sources. Avoid getting lost in unverified hype. Understand the exchange process. If a revaluation occurs, it will be handled by formal banking protocols, complete with verification, documentation, and security checks. Gather your documents, receipts, ID, purchase history, make sure it's all in order. Seek professional advice. Talk to tax advisors, legal experts, and financial planners to build a secure strategy for potential gains. When could this happen? No one can pinpoint an exact date, but there are clues. Some insiders claim that large financial institutions may already be testing revaluation rates in private, suggesting that a public rollout could be closer than we think. Of course, until official announcements are made, it's all speculation. Yet the rising volume of leaks, coupled with synchronized global policy shifts, may be telling us we're approaching a breaking point. Final thoughts. A potential financial turning point. If the leaked rates of $7.90 for the IQD and $4.52 for the VND are real and forthcoming, the implications could be historic. Not only for individual investors, but for global power structures, trade systems, and even diplomacy itself. This may be the payoff moment for those who've believed, and held, through years of doubt. But remember, sudden wealth must be managed wisely. Stay grounded, stay informed, stay prepared. Subscribe to Iraqi Dinar Info for the most accurate updates, financial insights, and practical guidance as this extraordinary financial story continues to unfold. Don't forget to like, share, and turn on notifications, because this could be the beginning of something historic.